Sikhism, also called Sikhi, is one of the youngest major religions in the world, yet it has grown into a global faith followed by roughly 25 to 30 million people. It began around the end of the 15th century in Punjab, a region of the Indian subcontinent shaped by deep cultural exchange, trade, political change, and religious diversity. From the beginning, Sikhism was not simply a set of rituals or a new sect within an older tradition. It developed as a distinct spiritual path focused on one creator, human equality, honest living, and service to others. To understand Sikhism, we have to begin not with institutions or empires, but with a message: the divine is one, and every human being shares equal dignity before that truth. The founder of Sikhism was Guru Nanak, who lived from 1469 to 1539. In Sikh tradition, he is remembered as the first guru, meaning a spiritual teacher who guides others from darkness toward understanding. Guru Nanak's teachings emerged in a world where religious identity often separated communities, and social hierarchy strongly shaped daily life. He challenged the idea that spiritual truth belonged exclusively to one group, caste, or religious label. Instead, he taught that a person's closeness to God was reflected in humility, compassion, truthful living, and remembrance of the divine. His message spoke to people across boundaries, drawing listeners from different backgrounds and laying the foundation for a community that would become known as the Sikhs. At the heart of Sikh teaching is the phrase Ik Onkar, often translated as there is one God or one creator. This does not describe a distant or limited deity, but a single divine reality that sustains all existence. Because the same creator is present in all, Sikhism strongly emphasizes the unity and equality of humankind. Differences of language, class, gender, caste, or religion are not denied, but they are not treated as measures of spiritual worth. This belief gives Sikh ethics a powerful social dimension. Worship is not meant to remain separate from life. If all people carry the same divine light, then justice, compassion, and dignity are not optional virtues, they are expressions of spiritual truth. Guru Nanak was succeeded by 9 human gurus, each contributing to the development of Sikh thought, community life, scripture, and identity. Sikhism did not form instantly in a single moment, it took shape through generations of teaching and practice. The gurus organized communities, strengthened shared worship, and gave practical form to Sikh values. Their leadership created continuity, but it was not based on personal power in the ordinary sense. In Sikh understanding, the same spiritual light passed through the gurus, guiding the community across changing circumstances. This succession also helped Sikhism become more than a circle of followers around one teacher. It became a living tradition with memory, discipline, scripture, institutions, and a distinct ethical vision. The line of human gurus ended with Guru Gobind Singh, the 10th Guru, who lived from 1666 to 1708. Before his death, he named the Guru Granth Sahib as his successor. This was a defining moment in Sikh history. The Guru Granth Sahib is the central scripture of Sikhism, but Sikhs do not regard it as merely a book of sacred writings. It is honored as the 11th and eternally living Guru. Its hymns and teachings guide worship, ethics, and spiritual reflection. This shift meant that authority in Sikhism would no longer pass to another human leader. Instead, the community would look to the revealed wisdom preserved in scripture as its enduring spiritual guide. The Guru Granth Sahib expresses Sikh spirituality through poetry, music, and profound reflection on the divine. Sikh worship often includes kirtan, the singing of sacred hymns, allowing teachings to be experienced through sound and devotion, not only studied as text. Another key practice is simran, the remembrance of God, which may happen through music, prayer, or internal meditation. Nam Japna, literally meditation on God's name, is one expression of this remembrance. The aim is not escape from the world, but awareness of God's presence within everyday life. Sikh spirituality asks a person to cultivate inner devotion while remaining active in family, work, and society. Meditation and action are meant to support each other. Sikhism places great importance on honest conduct and livelihood. Spiritual life is not measured only by what someone believes, but by how they earn, share, and behave. The ideal Sikh is expected to work honestly, avoid exploitation, and live with integrity. This connects to a broader Sikh principle often summarized as service and responsibility within the world. Rather than renouncing society, Sikh teachings encourage participation in it with moral clarity. A person should remember God, earn by honest means, and share with others. This creates a practical spirituality. Prayer is important, but so is fairness in business, kindness in speech, responsibility toward family, and concern for the vulnerable. The sacred is found in daily conduct. One of the most visible expressions of Sikh ethics is seva, or selfless service. Seva means serving others without ego, status-seeking, or expectation of reward. It can take many forms: preparing food, cleaning a place of worship, helping during disasters, supporting the poor, or simply caring for someone in need. This service is grounded in the belief that all people are equal before the one Creator. Sikhism also teaches sarbat de bala, the welfare and prosperity of all. This phrase expands concern beyond one's own community. It points toward a universal ethic. Justice and well-being should not be limited to people who share your background, language, religion, or identity. Service becomes a form of devotion. Because Sikhism teaches that no single religious tradition has a monopoly on absolute truth, Sikhs generally do not actively proselytize in the way some missionary religions do. This does not mean Sikhism is closed. Voluntary converts are accepted, and Sikh teachings have reached people around the world. But the tradition's emphasis is less on winning arguments and more on living truthfully. The Sikh path respects sincere devotion wherever it appears, while still maintaining its own distinct beliefs and practices. This balance is important. Sikhism is not a vague blending of religions, and it is not built around hostility to other paths. It is a confident tradition that affirms divine unity, moral action, and freedom of conscience. Sikh history was shaped by periods of intense persecution. Under Mughal rule in India, 2 Sikh gurus were tortured and executed after refusing to convert to Islam: Guru Arjan, the 5th Guru, and Guru Tegh Bahadur, the 9th Guru. These events left a deep mark on Sikh memory. They were not only tragedies, they became symbols of resistance to forced conversion and spiritual oppression. Guru Tegh Bahadur, in particular, is remembered for defending freedom of conscience, even for people outside his own religious community. This history helps explain why Sikhism developed a strong commitment to justice. The Sikh ideal is not passive spirituality. It includes the courage to protect the dignity and religious freedom of others. In 1699, Guru Gobind Singh founded the Khalsa, a disciplined Sikh order created in response to persecution and the need to defend religious freedom. Members of the Khalsa were called to embody the ideal of the Sant Sipahi, the saint soldier. This phrase brings together two qualities that might seem opposite, but in Sikhism belong together. The saint is devoted, humble, compassionate, and rooted in remembrance of God. The soldier is courageous, disciplined, and prepared to resist tyranny. The point is not violence for its own sake. It is moral strength in defense of justice. The Khalsa gave Sikh identity a powerful communal form, linking devotion, equality, responsibility, and readiness to protect the oppressed. Baptized Sikhs are obliged to wear the 5 articles of faith that physically distinguish them and remind them of spiritual discipline. One of the best known is kesh, uncut hair, which many Sikh men cover with a turban. These outward signs are not meant to be empty symbols. They connect the body to commitment, identity, and remembrance. For Sikhs, visible faith can also be a declaration of responsibility, to live honestly, serve others, defend equality, and remember the one Creator. Sikhism began in Punjab over 5 centuries ago, but its central questions remain universal. How should human beings live before the divine? How should we treat one another? Sikhism answers with devotion, equality, service, courage, and truth. If you found this helpful, please like this video and subscribe for more explainers.